Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Double Step Podcast, where we're double the host, double the topics, and double the fun. I'm Alan.
I am Dan.
Ooh, I am Sarah.
I'm Charity.
Thank you,
I
guys.
didn't think anything exciting.
I wanted to be
there.
grammatically correct on that one.
He was being very dramatic on that one.
Yes, very. All right, Dan, so what are we going to be talking about this episode?
What indeed are we going to be talking about? So I
Indeed.
kind of pre-drew one. Like,
Okay.
I don't know what it is yet, but I just kind of drew it. I got impatient. Okay, here we go.
Cheated.
First one is... 1920 slang.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder who wrote that one and put it in the hat.
I have
Sarah, you might as well have hosted this one.
Man, I have the
1920 slang,
foggiest.
we're all going to die.
Second one is
What is that even? What are you talking about? You know the old 20
like 15
slang.
years, right? Yearbook photos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no. Does this
All
mean
right.
we're going to have to post some stuff on social media of what we used to look like?
I don't
Just
know.
like-
I think
Ooh,
I think I
yes.
had a couple of yearbooks. I don't know if I had a ton of yearbooks. Did you guys have every single yearbook?
We had a yearbook
Yeah.
every single year. I didn't
Well,
buy
of
one every
course
single year, but
yeah.
actually, I think we did. Well, my dad was a photographer, so we always end up getting the
okay.
school's yearbook each year.
So you probably,
Oh,
have,
yeah.
have some pretty good ones considering your dad's a photographer.
Who, me? No, I don't take a good picture. I'm like a vampire.
It's disappeared.
Yeah. But it's less of that,
Photo
and they're just like, all right,
unavailable.
ready, say cheese, and I go, where did he go?
You see,
So
like,
you don't have any of your
We do.
old
We have
yearbooks?
old yearbook. I don't personally have them. We have them back at my parents' house. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Actually, I came across when we were moving. I actually came across a yearbook that I designed the cover for in third grade, second grade.
Third
They-
grade yearbook?
Yeah. Oh, we've been doing yearbooks since kindergarten, so they're probably around somewhere. But from like kindergarten to 12th grade, we
Okay,
get
we
one.
did not have those.
Yeah, we get one every year. So
Is
there's
this like a private school or an academy or something like that?
yeah, Christian school.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Now, admittedly, I mean, I've seen this surprised look on your faces. I guess that's not a common thing for elementary.
Was it K
school.
through 12?
Yeah. K
Oh,
through
okay.
12.
See, because I went to school in like 5 different schools growing up. There was like 2 grades in each
Oh.
school.
Yeah,
basically.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
so they
think- I
left
think-
out all the young kids.
Yeah, in
Oh,
public
okay.
school, I think they might do it now, but I want to say when I was growing up, we didn't really have yearbooks until middle school, maybe.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
even
really?
still, middle school was more of just like I don't know, like a booklet.
It was almost like a newsletter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the year.
Yeah, it wasn't until high school when you got the bound hardback.
Exactly. Yeah, and there was
Oh,
like
okay.
a class for it. The
Uh-huh.
students
and
would
with all
like
the
take.
clubs
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
things like that.
No,
yeah.
we still got some of ours from at least from me from elementary school.
It's probably because they couldn't leave you out. You know, if they were doing a yearbook and it was a K through 12 school, they had to be like, well, I guess we got to include everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna feel bad.
It's true. Yeah, no, it'd be the whole student body. So oh gosh, I don't remember how many pages, but I mean for kindergarten to 12th grade, it had to be at least about 150 pages
Well,
or something
and
like that.
for some schools, I know both of the schools that we went to, yearbook was like one of the extracurricular activity classes, and so
Yeah.
the students had to put something together, and it had to last through the whole year. So they would, I mean, you would need the extra pictures and stuff anyway
Yep.
to put everyone in there.
Well, that's all. We had a class for it. Like it was like an
Yeah.
extracurricular, but it was also a class that we
Mm-hmm.
took. And the only thing I remember about that is 2 people rearranged letters on the keyboard to spell Tenacious D across the and we created this thing with rubber bands where you'd undo the paper clips, but like leave the last hook or whatever, and then you hook it on the paper band and you'd shoot it into the ceiling.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I almost got expelled for that.
It was my favorite part of your book. You almost got expelled for that?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, middle school. I was doing that exact same
Yeah.
thing. I had some sort of like rubber band projectile or something, and they called me into the office, and then my dad came down to the office and was talking to the principal. I think his name was
Principal Smitherton.
Yeah.
Principal Smitherton.
Yes.
And the teacher was there, and she was upset.
Oh.
She was really upset. Apparently, she thought that I was pointing it at her, which I wasn't. I was just being dopey and bored.
Yep.
You know, engage me more in class, teacher, and maybe I wouldn't.
Maybe I won't shoot you.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, the principal was saying that because it was a projectile, I could be expelled. And he said, in fact, last week we expelled another student who brought a starter pistol to school, and this is actually more dangerous because a starter pistol doesn't have projectiles. This one does. And my dad basically just kind of like, give me a flipping
Yeah.
break.
As a dad
me?
now, don't you feel like
Yeah.
that's the reaction?
I was like,
shit, yeah.
I was like, and basically he was like, you all need to grow up. He's not expelled. This isn't going to happen. Don't, calm down. And so I wasn't expelled. And then I made another paper, and I shot you right in the head.
Shoot your eye out,
No.
Roll credits.
Yeah. I was like, double indemnity.
So that's okay. That's how you was that? Is that how you were as a student? Just a little troublemaker.
No, but when it came to like yearbook and yearbook photos, I was of the Nirvana age, and just didn't care, and I didn't want anything. I think my mom convinced me, please get a yearbook and please get people to sign it. I think my senior year, so I did have a few people sign it, but I thought it was it seemed so goofy to me to go around and have people sign my yearbook. I thought that it
I didn't
was
think on that either.
I think for me, I think I did have them all sign it, and then there was one guy, Tommy Smitherton. He wrote on this on everybody. He probably already. It's so old and hokey and stupid, but it's like,
have a great summer.
well, you have that.
Stay cool.
No, but you have roses are red, violets are black. I'm the first one to write in your crack, because you write it in the seam in the binding of the book, because he's an immature kid. But he wrote that on everybody's yearbook.
Got me too.
It's elementary school. No one cares about that. So for the whole yearbook experience,
Okay.
Now I don't know how you guys did it. We had our our typical generic background. See, I wanted the cool background with all the star flares that everybody sees.
That was for the rich kids. We got the gray one.
Yeah,
because we
couldn't afford the star flares. So yeah, we had the boring blue or gray
and the
streak.
soft touch, which
You guys
looks like
remember taking
Vaseline.
photos?
Yeah, I remember
we took
taking
photos every
Yeah?
single year.
But I remember taking photos because I would like to mess
messed
with
them
them.
up?
Well, my junior year, and I knew it wasn't going to be my senior year, so it wasn't super important. But my junior year, I knew this class pictures were coming up. We all had to go to it was basically like the lounge or whatever. And they had this set
it was
up
like
and
a
they took the
prison
photos and stuff
lineup,
like that.
and everybody
Yeah,
take your
you all
with
lined
the
up.
little combs and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what I did is I knew it was coming up because they scheduled it ahead of time. So a week beforehand, I went into to go get my haircut, and I looked at the stylist dead in the eye, and I said, I want a mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had long hair, it was really big and stuff like that, and I had the Billy Ray Cyrus mullet from my
Nice.
junior year picture.
That's great.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
we need to definitely get your parents to
Wait,
find the
okay,
yearbook.
you did that because you wanted it for real, or you did that as a joke because it was
I did it as a joke because I knew the pictures were coming up and I wanted to
Yes,
have it in the
okay.
yearbook.
just clarifying
No,
why
no,
you
no.
wanted it.
Yeah, but yeah, standing in line, and they gave us a comb, which doesn't work for black hair. In case you
Oh,
guys
my.
How'd
care.
you guys get a comb? I don't remember.
They gave
They-
me
they-
all the
they get-
standing in line.
all the
thing, you
all the
pick up a little
kids,
comb.
you get a little black comb because
It has the little
reasons.
tiny teeth and it has the bigger teeth on it.
I have those combs,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that you got. Well, I never.
Absolutely.
They gave
Maybe
them
I
to you
did.
while
I
you
don't
were
know.
standing in line. You can comb your hair.
Yeah, it really worked for braids very well.
Well, I was gonna say, why would you hand a bunch of bored kids combs? You know that they're gonna be doing stuff.
Because
Oh,
at
yeah.
least one of them would go
Yeah.
up to get their picture taken. They go, hey.
Hey, the Fonzie.
Because all kids want to be.
Want to be Fonzie in 1995?
Wait, just me? The only one who watched Nick at Night? Okay.
Oh, we totally did. But I doubt the other ones did.
All right. Well, going back further than Nick at Night, let's go back to 1920s and the slang that it held. And I'll just sit back. Go ahead, take it away, Sarah.
Who among us would know 1920 slang?
I don't
I
know.
don't
Dan.
know. But actually, that's kind of interesting you say that, because we do know more slang than what we think, because some of this stuff is still relevant today.
Jazz and liquor.
She's got real moxie. Real moxie. See?
Moxie, that's true. Yeah, I'm
Is
often-
a yeet part of the 1920s?
It is.
YOLO.
Not the 2020s.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, 20s were fire.
Actually, that would be funny. I'm going through the archives of time, and I'm like, oh. Or be like King James, like yeetif. So I'll have yeetif across the table. No, but some of the stuff that we use now, and it still means the same thing. Like if you say something is bologna, well, we kind of already know. Aside from the meat that goes with sandwiches, bologna is usually like nonsense, bunk, and all that stuff.
Bunk.
Bunk, bunk. Words that we use all the time.
Bully. You know, where like bully would be like good, like bully for you, right? Or like the bully pulpit was supposed to be like a negative thing.
That's true.
It was supposed to be good.
That almost sounds like a Theodore Roosevelt thing.
Yeah,
I need to research.
I guess that would be like early
20s.
1900s.
Yeah, that'd be turn of the century.
Yeah.
So thank you, Dan, for pushing us even farther back.
It's gonna take us a while to get back up to present day. Thanks,
to
Dan.
speed.
Yeah.
But
I got all through World War One.
But me personally, I enjoy learning about the entertainment aspect of 1920s, and a lot of things changed, obviously, because that was like when we hit like what we consider the modern age. Especially when you're thinking of like maybe how women got the right to vote in 1920, and then we were doing really risque stuff like driving and cutting our hair and wearing makeup.
What?
I know that'll never catch on.
Craziness.
But I do like how some of the, like I said again, some of the slang still rings true. So like I said, baloney. If you were to refer to someone as the big cheese, what do you think that's referring to?
That I do
The
not
boss.
Yes, the boss, like a really important person.
know. The big cheese.
The big cheese. Yeah, it is kind of funny. A lot of these do deal with food, so I think even in the 1920s,
especially in the 1920s, like all they had was boiled cabbage. It was like,
Well-
think about good food.
well, the lower class did. The Great Gatsby group were probably eating pheasant and.
I identify with the lower class.
The lower
the
class.
working people.
See, I would like to be, part of me wishes I was like a flapper, I just, played jazz all night long and doing the black bottom and all that kind of stuff, like I always
Like you do.
Like I do. So if somebody was to give you the heebie-jeebies, what does that mean?
Kind of creepy out,
Feel
right?
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're at a loss for words.
Yeah.
He's like, this whole conversation is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, and I didn't want to do this like, what does this mean? What does that mean? Because that gets kind of old after a while.
Just
but
give us the list. So
Yeah,
we
okay.
got heebie-jeebies.
Well, we have something kind of like dealing with bologna. We have something called applesauce. So if something is ridiculous, like that's just a load of applesauce.
Oh, see, now I say clown shoes now.
Clown shoes?
Yeah.
Because it makes noise when it's
Because they're
ridiculous.
just ridiculous.
Well, I can see that. So he's making his own slang. Let's see. Everything is Jake.
That one I've never heard
That's
of.
good.
Mm-hmm. Jake is good. So if you guys
I feel
know
like I
someone,
shouldn't answer these because I know you, and so therefore I probably know most of these.
Wait,
anyway.
that's not like a Cockney slang thing that doesn't like rhyme with anything or doesn't like. It's just
I don't
Jake?
think so. I don't. At least to my knowledge.
Okay.
Cockney slang is a whole other thing.
Oh,
like
yeah.
what cannonable means table
Yep.
and stuff like that because I watch British
That
comedy.
sounds like diner talk.
Going up the apple and pears.
Oh, we will be talking about that later on.
Stairs.
Okay.
Stare.
Yeah.
Wait, I missed it. What did you
Apples
say?
and pears.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's weird how they kind of... we
It has to do with rhyming.
we need to do... Okay, we'll have to do a topic on Cockney slang because because we're so American. Jalopy. You guys want to know what a jalopy is.
It's like a car, right?
But not just any car.
I don't know.
It's a terrible
Like an
busted
old
up
car
car.
that you don't
Oh.
want.
So it's like, oh, you
Yes.
still driving that old jalopy? So,
No, I've
But
heard
was
that.
there a car like
Called a
brand or
jalopy?
whatever? Yeah. Where that
Um,
comes from?
at least with my research, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
How do you spell it? I don't think I've ever had to write it.
Jalopy, Jalopy. It's
Okay.
spelled the way it sounds.
Kind of like jalapeno. Jalapeno.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, but no, not at all.
but not even a little bit.
Yeah.
I like those.
Now, I'll even do something that has your name. If somebody was a Dapper Dan, what does that mean?
I'm assuming I think of like a suited up, going to the
I'd
club.
say a lazy video game playing guy that owns cats.
That's the modern day version.
Sorry, I'm too modern for this conversation.
Well, not only is he can be pretty, in all the regalia, but that's also the father of a flapper. You're the dad of a
Oh.
flapper. You're a dapper.
A dapper and a flapper.
So, but a Dapper Dan probably would be someone that's pretty well put together. So. I don't know. I think
Looking fly.
I want. I do believe that's 1920 slang for putting wings on the back of your
bomb.
back. However, I know
Bomb.com.
I can see Dan in like top hat, white tie, and tails.
The only time we did that was when that Great Gatsby movie came out, the Leo DiCaprio version, and we
Yeah.
went and saw it at the East Warren. And my wife and I had gotten all like dressed up in 1920s.
Oh.
And we went to the balcony and did like the drinks and the dinner and stuff like that.
Oh,
It was
nice.
fun.
Did you see that?
I don't Probably, but I don't know. It was. I mean, I don't know how long ago it was. So
Yeah.
It's,
I was like,
it's only been maybe a decade. It hadn't even been quite a decade yet.
yeah, I guess it was. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
We didn't have
maybe.
cameras.
Might
back
have.
then.
We didn't have cameras in 2000.
It was 1920s. We didn't have cameras.
That's right.
You had to stand there for
did.
like 30 minutes.
No,
I know,
by-
that's like
by then-
1800s.
Yeah. No, I had to dial my cell phone with a crank. But actually, I know you guys don't really know a whole lot about 1920 stuff, but I know it probably would have had a pretty cool resurgence because once 2020 hit, we were like, oh man, it's been 100 years since then,
Yeah.
and we're going to do it up. And then we got a rude awakening a few months later.
Well,
and then,
we're just a couple years
Into
behind,
that.
right? Because in 1918 they had the Spanish flu, and then the 1920s happened. So we had ours in 2020. So
so
it's-
we're
catching up.
only a little bit.
It's really
off.
going to be like the 1920-ish, like middle of the,
The
century that we're going to do the
20-ish.
So
roaring
we've got
20-ish.
like COVID and pivot, and we heard that a lot. Lockdown,
Yeah.
all of those.
And then we're going to be partying, you know?
yeah,
Yeah,
just a few
we're
years
gonna
ago.
party like it's 1925.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go to a speakeasy, what does that mean?
I mean, they have them here. We have a
Yeah.
They
speakeasy
do have
here.
them here. So what would you do at a speakeasy?
Have some coffee.
You teetotaler?
Yeah.
Drink some sodas,
Yeah. Let's get the soda fountain. Have a Sunday.
some sarsaparilla. I know, I'm jumping way back.
I guess some sarsaparilla, some hooch. But like I can't say this word. I say I've always wanted to, but like go to a place when you have to say, give us the password, like you see in the old movies, and like
You don't want to go to those places.
well, not a stylized
Everybody's wearing
version. Yeah. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is there.
Those people back then they just wanted a cup of gin.
Yeah.
Those places you're getting more than a cup of gin nowadays.
Yeah. No, I say it would definitely be a stylized version. Like if I was to go there for real, I'm way too 21st century to know how to respond to historical accuracy. It wouldn't work out too well. I just want to wear the giant boa and the feather in my hair and
Well, you
and
can
say
do that anyway.
and we say, "Whoa, look at this swanky joint,"
Swanky, there you go. There's
Actually, that's another
1920s
one.
slang.
Yeah, swanky, very,
Maybe.
very, very cool. Fun. No, it is.
Okay.
It is. So the real McCoy. What do you think? If something's the real McCoy,
It's the truth.
yeah, it's the truth. It's good quality, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and again, we're kind of going back to like Wichita history. Like if you even just go downtown, like a lot of the buildings were built around early 1920s or maybe a few years before. And it's so cool because you also have the Art Deco era, which is another artistic style that I like. But it's just cool just to see I know it sounds the shadows of things that were, but they're still around, And I don't know, just the historical.
Sound like the ghost of Christmas past.
Yeah, that does sound very Ebenezer Scrooge. But yeah, I think the 20s are great, and I don't know. I would love for us to go to some kind of soiree, using anher term, and we can just go to some kind of fancy joint and
Swanky joint and
swanky
meet the real
joint.
McCoy.
Yeah.
While
while we're painting the town red and cutting a rug and.
This all sounds like a bunch of baloney.
Bunch of applesauce. But I don't know. I think that'd be kind of fun to do. I don't know. Do you guys know anything 1920s at all, or is that, or is
I mean,
it just, it's just me
am
the
I
whole
aware
time?
of the decade? Yes,
I mean-
absolutely. But I think of it more like Hemingway and Fitzgerald and like the
Fitzgerald?
like
Yeah.
the Lost Generation that was over in like Paris at the time.
Yeah.
the fashions, yeah.
More of the military history of the time when the world had to mechanize
Mm-hmm.
and
yeah.
the age of cavalry and infantry lines
Yeah.
were done because you just get mowed down. So
Yeah.
it's more along the lines of that. So,
So yeah, my research is a little bit more lighthearted. Even though but you can't avoid that part of history. Speaking of 1920s, have you guys ever seen a silent film?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like
Okay.
Fritz Lang films.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean German, silent films, but
I've seen
when
a
they're
couple.
silent, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was just curious if you guys see. I mean, I know you have. I don't know if, I'm a big fan of silent comedies. Like I said, everything for me is all lighthearted and comedic. So,
Yeah, mine is not.
yeah, I'm just saying.
Mine's like Metropolis and M and like
Yeah.
What
kind of
was it? The
things.
cabinet of Dr.
Dr.
Caligari.
Caligari,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you
Not
guys see-
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Yeah.
We watched that in class.
Very
one time.
German.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see The Artist when that came out in like 2000?
Oh,
was that
yeah.
2010?
2010 or 11, I think. Yeah,
Or
something like
maybe
that.
2009 or so. It was around that time.
Sometimes
Yeah.
that feels like a lot longer than, like, I think about it and I'm like, that was
Yeah.
only like 10 years ago, but
Yeah. Only.
12 years ago? Oh, man.
I don't know. I think
Time
what's
slipping.
great. That's a cue for a song. No, I think what's really cool about silent films, and I talk to this to my students, just because the oldest thing they've probably seen was something 10 years ago. A lot of them hadn't seen anything in black and white, let alone silent. And I I think what's kind of cool about that is that, because most films didn't have sound, you had to portray it, actions speak louder than words. And so I really like that aspect. And I think in terms of modern day entertainment, I feel like we've kind of taken that away. It's all based on what people say. And I feel like movies nowadays are too wordy. And I'm not saying let's go back to silent films and not say anything, but maybe we can have a good balance. Because seeing what people do has a universal appeal.
Mm-hmm.
You see a banana peel on the ground, and something's going to happen.
Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Well, it's still a fact that something is going to happen. It's a visual thing. Everyone hopefully should know what a banana is.
A monkey's going to appear.
Yeah, either a monkey's going to appear, or a monkey ate a banana, sat it there,
Yeah.
and either another monkey's going to slip, or another animal of some sort is going to
Which I
slip.
don't think works.
Yeah.
Like, I like that that's a shorthand, but I think you could step on a banana peel and be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you should say, Dan. We
just be
actually went
little.
outside and put a few banana peels outside, and we just walk casually,
It's going
pretend
to be
like
like a
there's
thing
no
where
banana
someone's going
there.
to step up to it and then just like rest your foot on it and then you're on the ground.
Well,
It works.
As this episode has stepped on the banana peel, and we're sliding into the end.
Oh, thank you, Alan.
Sarah, do you want to let everybody know where they can contribute if they have any 1920s knowledge?
Ooh, well, please let me know, because I enjoy that kind of stuff. And I could talk in a transatlantic accent, but I can't do that too well. So just take my boring Sarah Harmon voice and say, hey, if you want to listen to some more episodes, you can binge listen to them all on our website at doublestuffpod.com. Of course, all of our newest episodes are on the different podcast platforms. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Double Stuff Podcast, and of course on Twitter at Double Stuff P. And that's the letter P. Gosh darn it.
Fabulous, darling. Fabulous.
Catch you later.